And if you click on the left mouse button, you will place a 1. If you keep holding the left mouse button, you will spray. Hello and welcome to another episode of my Wonderdraft tutorials. In this episode, we will learn how to spray, move and color mountains. But before we do that, let's remember what we learned. So by clicking here on this landmass polygonal lasso, the shortcut for that is A, I am going to quickly fill this land. Now that we have some land, let's work on creating some shape with it. So I will go to Landmass eraser. The shortcut for that is X, and I will reduce some parts here like this, and maybe some parts here. All this land that I don't want. Moving on to the next tool, we will go to Rise Landmass tool. The shortcut for that is C. I'm going to increase my brush size and roughness a little and start rising some lands. Now I'm going to lower landmass. I will quickly lower some lands. And now I'm going to be using shortcuts quickly to add, move. All right, now I have something that is pleasing enough. Now we can add some mountains. To add mountains in Wonderdraft, we need to go to the left panel, click on symbols, and go all the way down to this icon that looks like a volcano. The shortcut for that is also, as shown on that label, is M. And when you press M or the icon, you will have this panel on the right open for you, and here you will have mountains. These white ones are called sample colorable assets, and these are colored assets. The difference between these two is that the colored ones have fixed colors, and these white ones pick the color from the ground. This is important to know because when we are importing custom assets, we will need to know this and adjust some codes so that our assets work properly. Choose any mountains that you like from here, and if you click on the left mouse button, you will place a 1. If you keep holding the left mouse button, you will spray. On the right part, here you have some adjustment bars. If you increase or decrease these, it will affect the way you spray them. This one will make them more dense, and this one will affect the rate. Here, using this one, we can select them, move them around, or by clicking on delete, we can delete them. So let's demonstrate. I will go with this one, and I will decrease my density a little bit and increase my rate a little bit and see how that works. This one works fine. What happens if I increase the density and placement rate? That is the difference. If I reduce it all the way down, as you can see, they have so much more gaps. It doesn't even look like a mountain range anymore, even though I'm actually spraying and not placing them one by one. By using the undo button here, I can remove them, so I can go back. Now I know that for this mountain, something like this will get the job done, and make sure to adjust this according to your preference of mountains, because these settings will not work with all of them. For example, this one works fine with it, but maybe if I choose this one, it will not work as nicely as before because they have different. And when you finish placing them, select the ones that look a bit off, because no matter how much you adjust that bar, it will never create the perfect mountain range just by spraying it. You will always need to adjust them here and there. And you can also have smaller mountains and you can also have hills. So here we have not only mountains, but also smaller ones, hills and clouds. And to make sure that this tutorial is beginner friendly, I will be only using the default assets until the end, where we learn how to add custom assets. So I'm going to quickly add a few hills here and there to demonstrate. I'm going to also spray some hills. Now we have some mountain ranges and hills on our maps. If you don't like any of them, you can easily erase them here with this eraser tool, or by clicking E for shortcut. It will also give you this right panel when you choose eraser on the symbols bar. You can adjust your eraser here. So for example, if I click only mountains, my eraser will only delete mountains. And another thing you can do, let's say I didn't like this, I want to add a bit more variety for the sizes. So what you can do, when you're placing mountains using the mouse wheel, you can reduce the size of it, increase or decrease. or you can click on any assets and use that mouse wheel again to change the size of it. Another thing you can do is when you choose any assets, on the right top part, you have the override scale. If you reduce it to less than 1 and click override, it will resize that asset. And by default, 1 is the maximum size of that asset, but you can change that by increasing this. But let me warn you, if you do this, Wonderdraft will upscale that asset and it will be shown bigger than the original size. And if it is not actually a high resolution one, it will look ugly. Let me show you. Now this is 2 times bigger than the maximum size. And as you can see, it's already pixelated and it looks very ugly. And even the outlines are not matching with our existing assets. So be careful if you are going to upscale them more than their limit. Now we know spraying, placing them, moving them around. And to color mountains, you can click on G again, quickly go back to the coloring, or you can go to the land, click here, and here you can now this time choose mountains, pick any color that you want, and it will automatically color only mountains. If you press fill, it will fill all the mountains, and you can also change the velocity and opacity here. For example, I am going to make some of the mountains darker. You can also undo and redo here or using the shortcuts. If you click multiple options, it will not only color those mountains, but also the ground. But this one, it works, it requires some practice. So I recommend for the beginning to color them separately. So now we have a mountain range. We colored them. We also remembered how to make lands. If we want to color lands, we can also do so here. And the same thing goes for lands. If I just fill it, it will fill it. If I increase this opacity, it will also work on the lands. If I decrease it, I can just keep adding it, or if I max it out and fully apply the color on the land. So that's it for this video. On the next episode, let's reveal, we are going to learn how to work with waters in Wonderdraft, how to add rivers, lake, brush waters, erase waters, and also I'm going to show you one more thing. And also I will teach you the coastline effects. I wanted to keep it a bit to show it with the waters because we will be using this part where we will be coloring the waters and the coastlines and doing some effects. So I wanted all of those to be shown at once. So make sure to like and support. I'm going to adjust this a little bit and copy it here to keep the progress going. Maybe color it a little bit. And I will see you on the next episode. Make sure to like and support. Bye guys.